Very good morning to all of you. I hope you are enjoying online session about bridge course. I think it is crystal clear. Every concept in bridge course is it clear only. Am I right? Is it clear? Yes, absolutely. So today I am going to start the actual PUC first year syllabus with your cooperation, cooperation, right? So in this today's class, for first couple of minutes, just I will give an idea about the chapters of first PUC syllabus. Then I will start a new chapter. Okay, right. See, today's quotation of the day, learning is never done without errors and defeat. Right? Okay. So keep smiling. I hope you all are fine and healthy. So first year PUC syllabus, total it is divided into two parts. Total there are two books, volume 1, volume 2. Volume 1 completely nothing but it is mechanics. It's a branch of physics, mechanics. Second part is non-mechanics. Okay? So total there are 15 chapters in first PUC syllabus. 15 chapters. So in part A, this is completely mechanics, physical world, first chapter. Second chapter is units and measurement. Third one is motion in a straight line. You already studied in a lower standard, motion. Units also you already studied, right? Next, motion in a plane. Next, Newton laws of motion. Work, power, energy. System of particles and rotatory motion. Last one is gravitation. I think all these concepts you already studied in your school level. So, extension of 9th and 10th and 8th standard, nothing but this PUC first year and PUC second year. Already in 9th standard you studied all these motion, Newton laws, work, power, energy, gravitation. But in PUC level, we will discuss in more detail with the same fundamental concepts. Right. Now the second part, mechanical properties of solids, mechanical properties of fluids. Next one is thermal properties of matter. Next one is thermodynamics. 13th one, kinetic theory of gases. See, all these three together in physics point of view, in a JEE main point of view or in advanced point of view, these three chapter together is treated as one chapter. Like it is nothing but heat and thermodynamics. Okay? And the last two chapters are oscillations and waves. So in first year point of view, among all these topics, actually in student point of view, they feel this mechanics is difficult. But it is more interesting. Like, it's more interesting part, first part. Then this is actually second part is like not that much critical and logical oriented. Just like in this, we have like some theory based like laws and some experimental observation. Okay, and in these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these are like we have to derive some formulas, we have to discuss some laws, right? But last two chapters again is very, very important. Oscillations, waves is very, very important. So, among all 15 chapters, we have to focus on mechanics, very, very important. Mechanics, if you are perfect in mechanics, second year half of the syllabus becomes very, very easy. Mechanics, oscillations waves. Very, very important. Okay? Every chapter is important, but if you are going to engineering, again you will get all these things. Mechanics is very, very important. Okay? Right. So this is about the first year PUC syllabus. Today I am going to start easy chapter, basic chapter, that is units and measurement. Clear? Okay. Please don't sleep. While you are watching these videos, you better to sit in a calm room and maintain one separate notebook. Okay? So before going to start this new chapter, I would like to share a few things as a physics teacher. Because most of the students have some phobia. Physics is difficult. Not a bit difficult. It is most difficult subject in entire PUC or in a school level or in 10th standard. See, first you remove that phobia from your mind. Because of physics also becomes easy, just like all other subjects only. But the way of approaching, the way of studying, the way of learning physics subject is different. If you follow these few things, definitely you will become the most successful person in this physics point of view. Sir, what are those few things? See, while I am writing everything on the board, please you better to copy. Okay, fine. See, here I am writing with neat handwriting without any disturbance. Your notes should be like this only. Then only you will get interest. For example, if I am not maintaining such a neat handwriting, if I am writing randomly here and here, then you won't get interest about my class. So while you are writing your notes also, write neatly, use red pen, black pen, okay, important points, you can highlight it, you will keep it in box, okay. Then after writing the notes, okay, once again you revise all the points. If there is any mathematical formula, if there is any mathematical equation, you better to practice in rough notebook 2 or 3 times. Then after that, the most, sir, we will easily by heart all the question answers, sir, only the problem with the numerical problems. Yes. So if you want to solve numerical problem, read that problem twice or thrice clearly without any confusion. After that, you better to write the given data. Whatever the data is given in the question, you please note down. Clear? Okay, fine. Then from that data related to that topic, you have 2 or 3 formulas. So, if you observe the data, then anyhow you will get some 50% idea by using this data which formula supposed to be used to solve this numerical problem. I think, is it clear? Yes. So, first write given data. From that given data, you just analyze which formula is suitable among the formulas whatever I taught in earlier. Right. The next one. In NEET point of view or in KCET point of view or any state level entrance exam or any national level entrance exam, physics only deciding your rank. For NEET aspirants, for JEE aspirants, NEET only deciding your rank. For NEET, 100% the physics only deciding factor. So then how to get more score in physics, sir? That is the problem with the students, sir. Please can you explain or please can you give some medicine? Hey, there is no medicine for that. Only the medicine is practice more number of problems. So your target should be the first day of your PUC first year to till the last day of your PUC second year, until and unless your JEE mains or JEE advanced or NEET examination will be about to complete. So till that day, every day spend more time on physics. Means don't read all the physics sentences or question answers. Don't read like a newspaper. Put your pen on a paper and you should write. So the NEET rank, the best rank, or if you are expecting good rank in NEET, that is only decided by how many number of problems have you done per each day. So at least per day, at least some 20 to 25 questions. If you solve like conceptual based questions, numerical, all together I am telling you. Anyhow, we are providing all the materials, even I am providing some practice papers, right? I will give 100% support from my side to understand each and every concept in physics point of view. Definitely, I will try my level best. Okay? But simultaneously, you should work more than teacher. My role is only explaining all the concepts clearly. My role is only 30 to 40%. Your role is 60 to 70%. If you practice more number of problems, then ultimately you will get a good rank in NEET examination. Please believe me. Okay? So I don't want to repeat these golden words again and again, right? Because of you will feel very bored. So because of this is the first day, so because of that reason, I would like to share these things. Okay? So the most important thing is, in physics point of view, you should practice each and every formula, each and every definition in a rough note, and practice more number of problems per day on particular topic. Clear? Okay, now I am going to start second chapter of first part, that is units and measurement. So students, daily I am giving assignment. Honestly, sincerely, without copying from anywhere, please write all the answers, not only answers, along with the questions. Please submit your answer to respective mentor. Clear? Okay, you should maintain a separate notebook. Daily after completion of online session, you just go through with that notes and complete all the problems related to that particular concept. Okay, don't keep pending. Right? It's my humble request to all the students. I know you are all good students. Right? Okay. So today I am going to start units and measurement. Alright. So now I am going to start new chapter, that is the second chapter, the actual syllabus of PUC, first year PUC physics, that is units and measurement. So before going to discuss this units and measurement, so first of all, let me explain what is the weightage of this chapter in theory point of view or in all entrance point of view. Weightage of this chapter for theory 3 marks. You will get 3 marks, 2 marks question sir, one is 1 mark question sir. KCET, 1 question, 1 mark. Right? In NEET examination, 1 question, 4 marks. In JEE mains, 1 question, 4 marks. Actually, this is what weightage of this chapter in both theory and as well as all competitive entrance examination. Clear? Okay. So, in this chapter, these are the topics which are going to discuss in upcoming classes. First one is introduction, second one is international system of unit, that is SI system, measurement of length, measurement of mass, measurement of time, accuracy, precision of instruments and errors in measurement, significant figures, dimensions of physical quantities, dimensional formula and dimensional equation, dimensional analysis and its application. See, this chapter is very easy among all the chapters in first PUC. Okay, let us start our discussion with the easy chapter, most important chapter, fundamental chapter for entire first year PUC syllabus. Okay, now I am going to start with the introduction. Right? Okay. See, we observe so many events, so many phenomena occurring in our surroundings. Already in the beginning, in the first class of our bridge course, first video class, first online class, introduction, right? Already I taught two questions. One is, what is physics? What is the language of physics? In that session, we already discussed about what is physics, what is the language of physics. What is physics? Physics is nothing but the study of nature and its laws. Am I right? Yes. So, in everyday life, we observe so many events. Some events are natural and some are man-made. Clear? Right. In the first class, we are discussing one example, that is a chess game. Okay? Why? Because how to understanding the nature. To understanding the nature, that understanding of nature, we are comparing with the chess game. Clear? Then, if you want to study physics, first, you have to consider one event. Am I right? Event. First point, event. Now, in that example, what is event? Playing of chess game. Correct? Event. Next, after that, you are not an expert in chess game. So, we are observing. Right? Then observation. Okay? After observation, experiment. After experiment, we derive some laws. All these together, nothing but physics. You just compare these 4 points with our chess game example. Is it clear, my dear students? Yes. So, if you observe any event, from that event, after observation, we framed certain rules. And after that, actually we are performing one experiment also related to that event. Okay, forget about all this. Now here, we are going to discuss about units of measurement. Right? Okay, sir, give an example. Best example for a natural phenomena or natural event. Freely falling bodies. Consider an apple or any fruit falling from tree. Clear? Okay. In that example, we should know should know from which height does it falling. From which height fruit is falling. Right? Second one. With which velocity, with which speed it is falling freely. Am I right? The next third one is, what is the time taken to reach the ground? And fourth one is mass of an apple or mass of fruit. Am I right? So when any fruit is falling freely from tree, we should know all these answers. What are those answers? Actually, what are those questions? First one is, from which height it is falling. Second one is, with which speed it is falling. Third one is, what is the time taken to reach the ground. Fourth one is, what is the mass of a body, that is mass of a fruit, right? And is this time depending upon the height from which it is falling, or is this speed is depending upon the time taken to reach the ground? So, to answer all these questions, we have to measure the height from which it is falling, like nothing but length or distance. Next one, we have to measure time, we have to measure speed, we have to measure mass, and we have to find the relation among all these quantities. Am I right? So all these quantities in physics, is known as physical quantities. Physical quantities. Which quantities, sir? In this previous example, right? What we are measuring? Length, height, time, speed, mass. All these are nothing but physical quantities. Am I right? Okay? Not only for this natural event, for understanding of every phenomenon, measurement of physical quantities related to that particular event is essential. So that's why physics is a quantitative science based on measurement of physical quantities. Without measurement, nothing. So, measurement of physical quantities are essential to study or to observe any natural or man-made event. I hope you understand. Clear? Even, okay. Observation, okay. From that experiment, we are finding some values. We are calculating some quantities, values of physical quantities. Then we are framing certain rules. Okay. So without measurement, any kind of event, study of any kind of event is incomplete. So measurement is essential to study any phenomena or any event. Right? The next step. So in this chapter, we shall study about physical quantities, measurement of physical quantities. Okay? Physical quantities, measurement of physical quantities, and the system of units of physical quantities. Next, errors, types of errors, significant figures. Okay, significant figures, dimensional formulas and its application. I hope you understand today's session. Clear? So this is about introduction related to units and measurement. So next one is classification of physical quantities. Sir, what is mean by physical quantities? Just now only we discussed the quantities which can be measured directly or indirectly is known as physical quantities, right? Or we can also define like this in some textbooks. It is also defined in such a way that is the quantities which describes laws of physics is known as physical quantities. Please make it note down. The quantities which can be described laws of physics is also known as physical quantities. Right? Now, classification of physical quantities. Physical quantities divided into, so there are various physical quantities in physics. Length, mass, time, temperature, speed, force, work, energy, pressure. So like there are so many physical quantities. But these physical quantities are divided into different categories. Okay? Now we are going to discuss about the classification of physical quantities. Physical quantities, here I am writing all the types of different types of physical quantities one by one. Physical quantities are divided into different types. First one is fundamental physical quantities. Fundamental physical quantities. Okay? Next one is derived physical quantities. Derived physical quantities. Derived physical quantities. Okay? Right. The next one is scalars. Scalars. Right? The next one is vectors. Vectors. Okay? So next one is tensors. Tensors. Okay? Right. So actually based on what factors you are dividing these physical quantities into different categories? Okay, wait. So actually depending upon some factors, like I will tell you, depending upon direction, magnitude, or based on the dependence property, right? We are dividing physical quantities into several categories. So now just I am explaining different categories. Now I will define each and every one in detail with examples. Okay? Right. So what are the fundamental physical quantities? My dear students, fundamental physical quantities. Examples. Here I will write example. Length. Right? Mass, time, temperature, electric current. So these are the few examples of fundamental physical quantities. Derived physical quantities, I will write area, volume, speed, force, work. Okay? Right. Then next, coming to scalars. Scalars examples: length, mass, time, etc. Okay? Right. Then vectors examples: force, right? Then velocity. Up to this you already studied in lower standard. Now here I am introducing the new physical that is tensors. Sir, here I will write, don't bother about definitions, I will explain later. Just here I draw flow chart. Because of, in physics point of view, if any classification, if you remember like a mind map or brain map, in competitive point of view, it is very useful. Okay? Right. So, tensors example, moment of inertia, moment of inertia. See students, please don't ask these definitions, we will discuss all these in upcoming classes. Stress. Okay, so these are the examples of different physical quantities. Okay, right. Okay, now your doubt is, sir, how do you classify these physical quantities into several types? Listen carefully. These two are classified based on their dependency. Based on their dependency, physical quantities are classified into derived and fundamental. Is it clear? Yes. Okay. Based on directional properties. Based on directional properties, physical quantities are divided into scalars, vectors and tensors. So this is a basic idea about the classification of physical quantities. I hope today's class is clear. Not clear, it is more colorful, right? I hope you are enjoying this online session. If you have any doubt, you just approaching me through that WhatsApp. Definitely I will help you at any cost. Okay? Right. Yes. So based on today's session, whatever we discussed so far, based on that, now here I framed two questions for assignment, today's assignment. Simple questions only. Don't copy from anywhere, don't refer any book, don't think beyond the subject. Okay? But first, better to concentrate, focus only on video classes. Right, first one is define physical quantity. Yes, just now only we discussed the quantities which are measurable. Classify the quantities mass, time, distance, length, force, work into following categories. Means among these physical quantities, which physical quantities are base? Right. I forgot to tell one thing. Base, fundamental physical quantities, also known as base physical quantities. So, to avoid that confusion, here I will write the fundamental only. Okay, fundamental. Please write down fundamental. Okay, so among these, you just classify these given physical quantities into fundamental and vectors, derived and scalar.